If you enjoy the video and my content, please consider supporting my channel over on Patreon at patreon.com/katydidart. Thanks so much! Wahaha! Welcome to Inktober 2018, and today is the last day of Inktober. What the heck? We did it, guys! We made it all the way through Inktober. Now, I will tell you that there is going to be another video popping up today sometime, and that is going to be my sketchbook tour. So if you're just joining us and you haven't seen all my Inktober videos, and for some reason you don't want to watch all 31 videos, I have a convenient playlist though, I will be showing all my Inktober stuff in my sketchbook. So today's theme for the Patreon prompt list was your choice, so they could really pick whatever they wanted, and obviously I did the same thing, and I just thought it would be fun to do a little bit of a wind down drawing, and for that I just drew a person roasting some fish over a fire, and it's really fun. And actually, I thought about it, this was going to be the pre-order print, but I had a different sketch in mind for that, so yeah, pre-order print. I'm excited for that. So, I do have a coupon code for you all. I am using the Arteza real brush pens in this video, and I partnered with Arteza. They aren't sponsoring the video or anything, but they did give me a code for you all to get 10% off your order. So, if you want to get 10% off your order, there will be a code in the description. And I also have links to all the Arteza stuff I'm using in the video today, so if you want to click over there and check them out, would be greatly appreciated. So with the Arteza real brush pens, I always have a existential crisis at first, because with these you really need to layer them up to get a really good, blend and stuff, and if you put water over them, they create really weird marks if you're not layering them up. So like, as you can tell in the background, it's got a weird like bloom edge, and it's easy enough to get rid of that. All you've really got to do is just blend over it some more with maybe some more colors, but I always forget that when I use these, and so I kept layering, and this picture does hit quite the ugly stage soon enough, but if you keep working at it, I've learned, then, usually it'll come through for you. So, yeah, this piece was so fun. I used something that was technically outside of Inktober. Technically, these are ink because it's watercolor ink in these pens, but we're not going to dwell too much on that. I thought I would have fun and use a little bit of a different medium because why not, right? It's the last day of Inktober, and I just wanted to have fun, and I didn't want to pressure myself too much. And honestly, I love this piece so much. Like, I feel like I've said that about every piece, but I'm so proud of myself this Inktober. Not only have I stuck through it and done a video every single day, not only am I creating a book, which pre-orders are closed for those and my pins, but if you still want to get them, there will be a link on the screen to my store where you can go check it out. But anyway, I'm just really proud of the improvement I feel like I've made with a lot of things in this Inktober, and I feel like it's really been helpful for me, and I'm really glad I participated. There were some days where I was really worried that I was going to give up. There were some days where I was doing simpler pieces and I was just like, that's not the quality I really wanted to give off. But you can't always do super great pieces every single day. And if you do, freaking props to you, because, I had to take some cool down days and chill out a little bit. So, but all in all, this was a great year for me. I feel like it was even better than last year, and hopefully next year will even be better than this year for me. That would be great. So how did you all do with Inktober? Of course, if you weren't able to finish it, don't feel bad. At least you participated. It's really the thought that counts, and the fact that you even tried to participate means that you're super awesome. But so how far did you all get? Leave a comment down below. Let me know. Did you finish all the days? Did you stop halfway through? I know some of you were talking to me, and a lot of you have had things come up. I know October is a super busy time. It is for me. I mean, it's pretty much, I'm still doing conventions, so I'm still preparing for those. And it's almost holiday season, and it is a really big time, so I understand if people aren't able to participate, because obviously it's a huge busy time. A lot of you are in school, so yeah, but definitely don't feel bad if you weren't able to finish all the days, because it's okay. I mean, there's always next year, number one. But number two, again, it's no biggie. It's just a little challenge to see if you can do it, and if you can't, it's not like the end of the world or anything. So, I am currently just blocking in the character colors now, and I did go a little crazy. I kind of went a little non-limited color palette. I know I talked about that in another video, but I decided to just kind of go no holds barred for some of this stuff. I wanted to have fun and pull out some colors I normally wouldn't use and do something a little different. I had a lot of trouble coloring this water, which is what you see me scribbling off right now. It'll be water in a second. I wanted to make it like murky, but it ended up looking like weird grass. And the texture of the paper held the pigment of these a lot more than it probably should have. So it made it look like it was the grass, and it was very strange. I layered on and it got really dark, and it started to look like really dark water, which ended up being good. But it's definitely not what I had envisioned, but I'm not necessarily mad about it, if that makes any sense. As you can tell, apparently I stopped the video and decided to finish the water off camera. Here is where it got really scary for me. Whenever I had put down this skin color, it wasn't blending at all, and it got really scary, and I was like, oh no, I've ruined the piece! Which is like me every time I do a piece. I always think I ruin it. So I kind of freaked out a little bit, and you'll see me going back and forth with the marker trying to blend it out. And it actually turns out really good, so I am not that upset, but I was very worried for quite a bit of time going into this. I decided to leave it alone and let it dry, and just go on to the other parts of her skin and work on those. With the marker I'm currently using is diluted, so it's not going to be as dark as her leg. But, you know, as I worked on this, I figured that is probably going to be one of the darkest shadows anyway, just because it's the furthest away from the fire. So I don't really need to worry about it being too dark, because it will make sense. So that was a nice thing. And obviously I'm still doing her skin, but whenever I'm done with the skin, I just kind of go on to the clothes, which I always find whenever I put the final touches on a person, the skin tends to lighten up a little bit. It's kind of like it deceives you on the paper, but then the skin lightens up a little bit and it looks a little bit better. I also end up adding some yellow to the tops of the skin that would be facing the fire, just because the fire would be reflecting some of the yellow light, because fire is a light source, so it's going to be reflective. But yeah, I really like this piece. One thing I am ashamed to admit, but it has literally been the theme for this whole Inktober, I forgot to record the line art. I thought I was recording it. I could have sworn I clicked the record button, but as soon as I went to end the video, I clicked it and I realized the video wasn't going at all, and I had just started a new video. So that was a darn shame, because I think the line art was one of my favorite parts of this whole piece. So I am really sorry about that, but hopefully my video making skills will somewhat get better whenever I start making regular videos again, because I don't know what the heck my problem was during some of this. One thing I like about the Arteza Real brush pens is that you can use them as a marker, but you can also use them as a watercolor. You can scribble them off on some paper or plastic and pick them up that way, or you can just use them straight on the paper. They are a little more scratchy when you use them on cold pressed paper, just because of the nature of the cold pressed paper. If you don't know what cold pressed paper is, it has tooth. It's very toothy paper, so it is a little harder to get some color payoff with these markers with those. So if you are looking for a paper, I would recommend like a hot pressed, but overall I like the look of it the most with cold pressed, so I'm not complaining too much. But yeah, she turned out really lovely, and she's just one of my favorites. I have a lot of favorites this year. I think I said that last year too. I had a lot of favorites last year, but this piece was really fun to work on, and yeah, I'm really happy Inktober's over. Like, I'm happy I participated, I'm happy I made it through, but I'm very glad to just chill. I'm very glad to not be creating so much and putting so much pressure on myself. It's a nice feeling, I guess. So, yeah, I want to thank all of you just immensely for being here. I love you all so much, especially if you watched every single day in Inktober. You are the real MVP here. You are awesome, and I love you all. You guys are just amazing. And during Inktober, we hit 8,000 subscribers, which is absolutely crazy to me, and I want to thank you all for that too. Also, I want to let you all know, if you're new here and you are not a part of our Cute Squid Pod, there is a subscribe button down below, and there is a bell button next to that, that if you click that, you get notified on when I upload new videos. I also have social media links in the description below, as well as links to my store, my Patreon, and all that good stuff if you want to check them out. And yeah, don't forget, 10% off coupon for Arteza stuff in the description below. And until next time, my adorable squidlings, toodaloo!